Welcome. A couple of days ago, I posted this video analyzing Bitcoin and talking about why I thought it was quite likely to see Bitcoin push down and sweep lows. Now we actually have that taking place. Let's get into an update and talk about where things are likely heading next. Now, before getting into all the details, quick shout out to my affiliate exchange, BingX. I really like this exchange because they allow trading of crypto, stocks, forex, indices, and commodities all on one platform with good competitive fees. Also, no KYC requirement, so anyone in the world can use this exchange. They also offer a bunch of new user sign-up bonuses with deposit bonus and trading volume bonuses. So check these guys out with my link in the description down below if you're interested, and I'd appreciate that. Now let's get into a multi-time frame analysis and talk about what are the bullish signs, what are the bearish signs that I'm looking for next, and what is really going to be expected here. So if we zoom out a bit, we can see that we have this overall trajectory on this low 1 hour time frame heading to the upside. So what I talked about in the last video was this here forming as a three-wave correction. So you can see I was drawing that in here in that last video, expecting that we see something of a three-wave correction before possibility of heading to the upside out of here for new highs. And I still think that that's going to be the most likely scenario. Now, we've swept three of the logical lows here. One remains down here, and whether it hits or not, I couldn't tell you. So what I want to do is take a look at, do we have bullish divergence forming on this push down? And maybe we can pinpoint, when this is likely coming to an end, if it is going to be doing so. I'll also talk about in just a bit what the invalidation for the bullish scenario is, what would make me bearish. So right here on the balance of power, we do have it coming to the upside. So we can see starting over here, we started trending to the upside. Even on this most recent push to the downside, on this spike down here that swept the lows, we really have a weak push on the balance of power. So that's a good sign as far as bullish price action and the bullish scenario goes. If we take a look at the 30-minute time frame, it's the same story. We do see bullish divergence forming on both our TCI, so kind of a wave trend here, so momentum indicator coming to the upside here. While price makes a lower low, we have a higher low and a cross up now on our TCI, as well as the balance of power, or a modified balance of power, has been coming to the upside since back here. So still trending up on our indicators at the same time as price comes to the downside. So I think it's pretty likely that we're going to see some upside out of here. I would not be surprised to see another push down before we get a push up, but that's still the main scenario here. I'm still looking for a continuation up. Now let's go out to the daily time frame and talk about the setup there. So here on the daily, what I talked about in that last video was the likelihood of this coming to the downside to sweep these lows. So that's what I just covered. And now that we have that, what do I want to see happen? Well, I want to see this 200 EMA of the daily hold as a support now. So we've tested it a couple times here. We tried here, and then we did end up breaking through. We've consolidated over the 200 EMA for quite some time now. So what I want this to be is a bullish retest. Now, to confirm this bullish retest theory that I have and get confident about it, we need to really see this start pushing up towards the highs of this consolidation again, and then we can get much more confident that this is really taking off and heading towards next logical highs on this daily time frame. So over here, along with over here. If we don't see that, then the invalidation point is, again, it's going to be this low right here, closing below it on a daily time frame, which would coincide with closing below the 200 EMA as well. So that's the invalidation, and if that does happen, then I'm looking towards lows over here as the next low targets, and that would make the chances of this being a bearish continuation pattern much higher. So there's always the chance that this push down is followed by this correction and then a follow through to the downside. We have to keep that in mind. It's always a possibility. So I can't always be right. I'm wrong very often. And what we can do, though, is put the odds in our favor. So in the long run, we can be right more times than not. And right at this moment, this is what's presenting to me as a bullish setup. So that's what I'm going to treat it as until we have an invalidation. Now, looking for this to follow through to the upside from here is the main goal. There's not too much more to cover here. We've already swept the first major lows. There's one more low that I outlined on the hourly, and that would be this one. That's our invalidation point, but only if the daily closes below there. So it's still okay to wick down there on the daily, sweep it, and then continue up. But we don't want to see a daily close below that level. Okay. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'll update it as needed if I'm right, if I'm wrong, in the next video when something has happened. All right. So we'll see how it pans out. And as always, appreciate you guys for watching, and thank you. Have a good trading week and great trading day.